everyone. So, welcome back to the Ninbits podcast, the one you're probably listening to, but you shouldn't be. You got better things to do. In any case, I'm your host, Jonas, and with me is my co host, Ericyo.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about Nintendo and other such things like news. Which, speaking of, I want to bring something up, which it really pains me to say, but I cannot believe that I forgot. And that is Pokemon, which has its 20th anniversary this year.
What's a Pokemon?
Shut up. Aren't those the things that live in the digital world?
Oh, those things. Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, but seriously, like 20 years of Pokemon, man.
Yeah, it's a long time, dude. I mean, I grew up with that. I don't know. I don't know if you did, but I mean, I started off by collecting the cards, and from the cards started playing the game. Obviously, the first generation, Red, and yeah, dude, that's awesome. Good for them. I'm glad that they made it this far, and it's still really popular.
Yep. Well, I was a kind of a I had a poor man's Pokemon, which was just basically the things that came out on let's say ships or something like that. You know that
Right.
before they used to have like little toys that came out on the ships.
Yeah, they had like, well, it was always like the little trading cards, or it was like their own version of trading cards.
well,
or
it was
like
this-
a Pog.
It
or
was
something
these
like that.
circles. It was like circular plastic with the.
Wasn't it? Aren't those the Pogs?
I have no idea what they're called. Basically, they use like plastic circles, and they just had like the Pokemon planted on one side, and I guess data for it on the other side.
Yeah, those were mostly in. Because I remember when I would go into to Mexico, that's where I would find them, like in the Mexican chips in the bags.
Oh
They
yes,
still
there
do-
you go.
They still do that stuff too, like with like the Avengers. I know I got a bag of Doritos from a Mexican stand the other day, and it was a picture of Iron Man in there that I randomly shipped over to my sister in Chicago for fun.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Pokemon is 20 years old, so that's pretty crazy.
yes, and they're celebrating in a big way. Like they're gonna re-release the first three movies for one, like Pokemon One, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon Three.
Oh man, that's so awesome.
Yeah, they're gonna release Nentoroids, which are like these small figures,
Mhm.
which are more expensive than they should be, honestly
Yeah, they
speaking. Is gonna have Red and the Candy Starters, which are like Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard. Yes, and they're gonna release a new Nintendo 3DS, which includes Yellow, Blue, and Red, I believe.
Yes, you are. I think you're correct. I'm not sure of the yellow one. I know red and blue for sure. And actually, in Japan, I think they're doing green, which is.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so they got the Venusaur version over there,
Well,
the green version.
Japan got all four versions.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. We only got the two, which obviously I think were the more popular versions that would
Yes.
be. Yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, man, that's cool. Especially with the movies re-releasing that this is a blast from the past. Especially with the first movie, I remember I was so excited that I got that Pikachu anniversary card that you could only get for going to go watch the movie.
Oh man.
Oh man, it was great. It was awesome. I
Well,
love that.
just like starting to talk with Pokemon. I had the poor man's version of that. I think it was a bootleg Pokemon movie.
Hmm.
That's how I watched it, and I watched it so much that I think they broke. I think.
You broke it.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I was
run-
obsessed
you
with
run
that
it
movie.
to the dirt.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Oh come on, man. Hey, I watched it so much that it broke. That's gotta count for
That's-
something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. You watched the crap out of it.
I watched it to death.
Exactly.
Oh well, that's not the only thing. Like there's other stuff like trading cards. Like they're re-releasing, I suppose, the earlier versions of it.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. And I mean, I'm not a huge Pokemon trading card fan, but me and you, well, me personally, I got into the trading card game, the online version for
Yeah.
a bit on my iPad. But that prompted me to go back to the stores and actually start getting a few booster packs just for the online codes. But at the same time, not that I play professionally or anything like that with any local tournaments, but I just like collecting the cards in general. So when I heard that the originals are coming out, that just again, it's nostalgia for me. So I'm really excited. to
You're
start
all over
getting
those,
some of
aren't you?
Oh, I am. I am so all over those, dude.
And well, they're really doing a lot. Like it's not only just that; they're actually releasing like legendary Pokemon on a monthly basis, starting this February, which sounds nuts to my 11-year-old self.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I am so stoked for this kind of stuff. So they're doing their 20th anniversary and they're doing it big. So I'm really excited about that. So I also remember you telling me that they're releasing a Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, well, they're gonna have a commercial, but I have no idea what that is.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was wondering what that was because I haven't heard much about it either. So I'm really curious to know what they're going to go ahead and do with their Super Bowl commercial.
Well,
For it being the Super Bowl commercial, it's got to be something big, I would assume. Don't you
well,
think?
I actually have a few hypotheses basically of what it could be.
What's that?
It could be, this is the least likely thing. It could be the new Pokemon game. They're announcing it on the Super Bowl.
Like a
Which,
brand new 3DS version of a
yes,
Pokemon game?
because I'm
Really?
sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're releasing a new version of the game.
Right.
It
So
wa-
you don't think it'll be like a spin-off or anything like that, but you think it'll be a main series again
well,
like
that's
they usually
my
do?
second guess.
Hmm.
That it will be Pokken Tournament because
Ah.
the game's released in March.
Right, right, exactly. So they might like do an epic Mewtwo battle and get everybody stoked
Yes,
or something like
which
that. Okay.
yeah, which actually moves me to my next topic, which Pokemon Tournament is actually released in March.
Yeah. Okay. I know you're stoked about this. I
Yes,
really don't care for it, but I'm sure you're pretty
well, I'm
happy and
both
excited for
stuck
it.
and not because it's released much faster than I thought, and now my wallet's trembling because I don't
Oh
know if I'll
God.
be able to afford it when it comes out.
Well, there's always that you can always go on Craigslist and sell your kidneys or something, so that you could do that.
Nah, man, I need those. Come on, man.
But yeah, that's cool, dude. I'm probably gonna go ahead and watch some videos on that online, maybe some Twitch streams, and see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not too stoked. Maybe you should do some videos that we can post up to the YouTube channel for people to see, and it's just because it's a couple of tournaments, so I don't expect this to have a huge storyline or anything like that. So
Hmm.
maybe just a 10-minute intro to the videos or to the game, see how it is. But
Yeah,
yeah, that should be pretty cool to
I'll probably
watch.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I think we talked about it last week that there's gonna be new Pokemon Unveil.
Yeah, yeah, we did talk about it. We just didn't know what it was in.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now we know actually. So it's like Mewtwo. Well, normal Mewtwo, not the dark version. That's the final boss.
uh-huh.
Braixen, which is the evolution of Fennekin, the fox Pokemon.
Right.
Garchomp, which is that dragon type Pokemon.
Hmm.
And Chandelure, which is the fire type, which is also Ghost, and it's also a Chandelier.
Right, Fire Ghost Chandelier. Yep.
Honestly, I have no idea how that's going to work.
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, I could see the other ones how they all have actual limbs to fight with, like hands and legs, but a chandelier, what? I don't get it, but I guess we'll eventually see some play style or fighting style to it eventually. So,
Yeah, it sounds interesting. So I'll give it. Oh wait. Actually, just remember something.
what's that?
An assist Pokemon was also revealed.
What was that?
It was a Magikarp.
No way! You're
Yep.
kidding me.
No, really, it's Magikarp. That's what I read.
Wow. Wow. Okay, well, I guess Splash should be pretty effective somehow, right?
Yes, I cannot wait to have Magikarp as my partner.
Take it all the way.
Right, so speaking of March, Twilight Princess, man.
I'm all over that one.
I know you already have it in
Oh,
order.
it's already pre-ordered. It's done. I am getting the Wolf Link amiibo with it. I am done. I am just waiting here with my fingers twiddling, just waiting for it to arrive in the mail.
Yep, and you're even getting a CD, apparently.
Well, that's a GameStop bonus, though.
Wait, what
Isn't
did you
it?
pre-order?
I pre-ordered through Best Buy.
Oh, well, goodbye to that CD.
Yeah, so there goes that CD. So, oh well. But I'm still getting the amiibo, so I'm still happy.
Would you- Speaking of that amiibo, there has been rumors about it. It said that there's gonna be like a new temple for Twilight Princess HD.
So that's what I was confused. So I haven't really looked into it. So either it's going to be a new temple if you use the amiibo in Twilight Princess, or it's going to be on the new Zelda game that's supposed to come out for the Wii U later on.
No, oh wait, what? Sorry.
Yes, or it's supposed to be for that one. I'm just not sure which one.
Well,
so did you hear
yeah,
which one?
yeah. Apparently, this is not 100% confirmed, but it's for Twilight Princess HD.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm sold even more on this, even though it's already pre-ordered. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I will definitely probably even do a video on that just to show that off. But I was even thinking of just doing the whole segment on Twilight Princess in HD, the whole thing. So, but that I guess that asks the next question: what is that amiibo going to be used for when it carries over to the Wii U version? Because
Uh,
they did say it will carry some information from Twilight Princess over to the Wii U version.
I think it has to do a lot with what that new temple is going to be.
You think so? It's
Yes,
maybe somehow it's gonna bring some of the items or some of the information from that temple to this one.
probably. Like I'm not really sure what it's going to be, but
Hmm.
I'm sure it will factor in somehow.
I agree. It's just a matter of what it's actually going to do. So I'm pretty stoked and excited for that.
Well, that's the kind of the good thing, bad thing, because it's an amiibo, and those things are gonna be super hard to find.
Oh, you better
I
believe it. I
hope. Hmm?
I know they're going to get a standalone a series too. They're going to sell it separately, aren't they?
They better.
Yeah, I heard they are. It's just but yeah, you're right. If they don't, I mean, good luck. You're not going to ever find these ever.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can already tell how hard it is for some of these other amiibo to be found, given that the Super Smash amiibo set is pretty much almost done. So as soon as I think these are going to be hard to find. I know that every once in a while, like for example, where's Kirby? I had Kirby, and Kirby, I think was only worth retail for a while, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden it
It's
just
now
took a
rare.
crazy spike. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm sure all these other amiibo that I have now eventually will become rarities as well. But I think I will never get rid of these anymore.
Yeah. I look at my Shovel Knight amiibo. You're not getting out of my. You're not getting
Oh
out of my
yeah.
side, man.
I want to get that. Oh, speaking of, for probably, hopefully by the time this podcast goes up, but I think Amazon was having a sale on some of these amiibo. I think it was not Tom Nook. Was it Tom Nook?
I actually think I saw about it, but I'm not
Did you
sure
see
which
that?
one it was.
Yeah, I think it was either Tom Nook or someone else, but it was going for $5 on Amazon.
Yes, I did
Uh,
see that.
so I thought that was pretty. I was like, wait, what? Already $5? And then the Chibi Robo was $7 or something like that. I think.
Yes, there you go. It was Chiburo.
Yeah, it was about $7 or something like that. But
Yes.
yeah, that was another one that went pretty cheap already.
I'm sorry for those people who bought Sip Slash.
Right, exactly. Just to get that amiibo.
Yeah, listen, yeah, I played a bit of that game.
What did you think? That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah, it's
No
supposed.
comment.
Yeah, I think that summarizes what I think of it.
Yeah. Well, glad you did. You buy it or did you play a?
No, Afron let me borrow it.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's sorry for your money there.
Yeah, no,
because it's all
no,
content.
I never buying a game for just an amiibo.
Yeah, it's hard, man. That's why sometimes I mean, too bad Blockbuster and Hollywood Video isn't around anymore. Because that's why I used to love renting my games first before I bought them, just so I could try them and see if I actually like them before I threw so much money at it. I feel bad for those people that got what's that game? That Wii U Animal Crossing.
Oh,
board
Amiibo
game?
Festival.
Oh my god, I've been hearing so many bad reviews. I think it went up for $20 at one point already,
The only
if I'm not mistaken.
I wanted to get that one just to get the Isabel amiibo.
Yeah,
That's
but
the only
aren't they
thing I
selling
wanted.
those separate now? Oh no,
No,
no, not yet, huh?
no, you're
Ooh,
not. Nintendo has the title on poor Isabel.
those bastards.
Well, I mean, let's move on from the sad amiibo news and something a little bit, well, a little bit more bittersweet. What is going to be honored at the Dice Awards?
Yeah, that is bittersweet. I'm glad that they're doing stuff like that for him, because I mean he was a great influence and he was a great president to the company. So I'm really glad that they're actually looking at honoring him. That's very nice of him. I think the only other time we really heard about about his passing was during the video game awards.
Oh yeah, but what's his name? Knightley?
Yeah, Geoff Knightley or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Well, it's good that he's getting honored. Like, it's still sad to remember.
It is, yeah.
At least I'm glad he's been given
Yeah, he's been getting his due respect. Let's put it
Yes,
that
there
way.
you
So,
go.
yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
I'm
looking
glad.
for.
I'm glad that he is. That's awesome to hear, and I'm glad that he's being honored once again.
Yep. So let's move it to stranger news, I suppose. It's about Kimishima. He announced his plan for the following year, like for the following few years,
Uh huh.
but it doesn't only involve video games. But as you probably already know, it involves plans for movies, the amusement park attractions, and of course, anime.
So yeah, I remember hearing about this, and I mean, if you remember, little by little, they were releasing news about this kind of stuff. Like first, they said that they were going to partner up with Universal Studios,
Yes.
to release a theme park, a
Attractions.
Nintendo quote unquote Nintendo Land theme park.
Yes.
So
Then it was the
I
movies. Oh,
exactly, and then it was the movies, yeah, and what was the other one I think they announced? Oh, the anime. So where are they going to go with that anime? So are they thinking of just starting their own series? Like I recall everybody on the last podcast, I talked about how I was so stoked to see Pit fighting Link in the opening sequence
yes, I remember about that.
for yeah. So when I heard about that, I mean that was awesome, and that's what my mind drew to right away because that was great animation that they had on that too.
Well, here's the thing. This was on a Japanese newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Japan knows animation in general as just anime, so this
Absolutely.
could be either anime on the sense that it comes from Japan, or it could be an actual animated cartoon from the States.
Right, that's true too. Yeah,
I mean, remember the Super Mario Super show?
I do. Yeah, I grew up watching that too. Absolutely, I remember it.
Hopefully, we don't get something that bad.
Oh my god, dude, I will cry. I just see Link again with his "Excuse me,
Oh
princess."
God, don't bring that up. I mean, cartoons nowadays have become so much better. So
Hmm.
I think they could handle it. Like I could see like the states handling Splatoon,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
related.
yeah. I can see it because they're really good at that kind of stuff. With something like Splatoon, like you said, I think the states can handle Splatoon very well. But I think other series like other main franchises such as Zelda, Kid Icarus, stuff like that should be left to Japan. And then I even think. I hope people don't crucify me for this, but I even think something like Metroid series could be handled pretty good with the states.
You think so?
I think so. I think they can handle it very well. We're pretty good at making some dark anime sometimes, or dark animations, I should say. So yeah, I think we can handle that one
Yes.
pretty well.
Well, yeah, it's in a few, but remember that Samus is a character that doesn't really talk much. So
Right.
that would be a weird thing. It would be a more of a mood-oriented show.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we could do pretty good with that one. Maybe, hopefully.
I can only wonder, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a lot of infinite possibilities when it comes down to that. Even if they came up later on with a crossover, they go all Avengers on this and just start a Super Smash Brothers series altogether. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, honestly, I just want a Kid Icarus anime.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Especially if Sakura was involved somehow in that. I would be really stoked for that.
Well, personally, if the writers from the game are involved, I will be all over it.
Oh, heck yeah. I
Let
agree
let
with you.
let
Yeah,
Nintendo handle the writing, please.
absolutely. Yeah.
Please.
Otherwise, we'd be pretty mad. But yeah, dude, I'm also excited for the amusement park attractions just because that just gives me an excuse to now go to because they did say it wouldn't be in California. If they did do it, it would be in Florida. So
Yeah.
I haven't been to Florida yet, so that would give me an excuse to go to Florida and Disney World at the same time and visit both attractions all at once. So that'd be pretty awesome. But I wonder what they have for movies. Movies would be pretty interesting.
Well,
Hopefully, we don't see another one of those Mario movies from
well,
back in the
that's
day.
yeah, that's a hard. Well, to be fair, like they tackle movies. Well, to be fair, the only real movie I think I know of is the Animal Crossing movie.
That one was good. Okay, yeah, I saw that one. I mean,
I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
the best, but it was
I don't know
okay.
if it
It was good.
was. Wait, was it a special or a movie?
I think it was a movie.
I don't
I
know
want to
how.
say movie.
I don't know how long it was. So.
Yeah, it was because it was pretty long, so that's why I think it was a movie because it was about an hour or two.
Oh, okay. So it was a movie. There you go.
Yeah, it was definitely a movie, but yeah, I mean they did good with that, right? But again, when everybody hears Nintendo working on a movie, it automatically goes back to the Super Mario movie way back when that had nothing to do with Super Mario whatsoever.
Yeah.
So let's just hope that it doesn't go that route. But I really doubt it. People have been always wanting a Legend of Zelda real action movie, but you've always seen these April Fool trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see, man. That will be pretty interesting.
I just wonder how that would work. It's all. And remember, Link cannot talk.
Yeah, that. So I mean, it's very possible to make a movie where you just have another character following, let's say, Proxy or Navi, and they're just
So,
talking on his behalf.
so just like a sort of a psychic.
Yeah,
That help-
exactly. That
okay.
does all the talking. So I think it's possible.
Okay, I can see that happening. No. Oh. Well, now I can only hope it's done right.
Yeah, that's the main thing. They just got to do it right.
Yeah. Well, oh, this is actually some news that I wanted to talk to you about.
Hmm.
The Bayonetta 2 to be re-released as its own game for only $30.
That's a good deal.
Yes, it is. Have you played the first one?
I have not played any of them.
Alright, like, well,
Don't kill me.
yeah. Well, it's okay. You could probably find the first game for PS3 and 360 for like $5.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure I can. So, and that's how if I get it, I want to start by playing the first one, obviously, and then moving on to the second one. But for $30, dude, I think that pretty much has me sold, man. That's a good deal.
Yeah, because I mean, the first Bayonetta, it's good,
Mm.
but there's some things that I did not like.
Mm.
But Bayonetta 2, it's personally the game, the platinum game that I really, really love.
Well, we got Nintendo to thank for that too, don't you think?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they get the money, but Platinum's the ones who did the work. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they did the work. So I mean, that leads me to believe that with their first game, they probably didn't have enough funds to actually probably do what they exactly wanted to do with the game. And then when Nintendo got involved, obviously they got pretty much infinite money at that point. And they got exactly what they wanted. So uh, the second one's the one also because Nintendo was involved that has the costumes, right? The Nintendo costumes. Or
yes,
something like
yeah. They really well. Those costumes only come with the first game, I believe.
that. Oh, the first game.
Yes, like you automatically when you go to the options, you can choose from Samus, Daisy, Peach. Who else was it? Oh,
I think Fox
and Link.
as well. And Fox too, wasn't it?
Actually,
The
no.
rabbit ears.
Funny enough, no, I have not seen that costume yet.
No, I thought there was one too. I think she gets like the ears and then she's got the gun too.
Yes, and you're right. I did see it on the trailer, but I can't find the costume on the game.
Huh. So did it just never release, I wonder, or
I get the feeling
I'm
in
sure.
it's unlockable.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. No DLC. Do you think it was DLC though?
Nah, otherwise I
Oh,
would have
okay.
bought it already.
Right. Yeah, so I haven't played any of these games, but yeah, it's definitely something that I eventually will pick up and give it a shot.
Yeah, if you like action games, this is for you.
Yeah, it's a hack and slash, right? Pretty much.
Mm, well, not there's not a lot of hacking. Just as well, I just punch in. Just it's a kind of a. Actually, I don't know how to describe this game. It's like a. It's an action game, like Devil May Cry.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool then, because I did play one of the Devil May Cry games and I did like it. So yeah, I think just because it's $30, I think this is something that I will eventually pick up and give it a shot.
Good. Platinum needs your money.
Yup.
And oh right, so there's some news from Japan. They're not really big news, well considering what it is, but it's the Mini Mario and Friends game that works with Amiibo.
So this is one of those new games that obviously uses Amiibo, but also is like that. What's it called?
The Mario no Mario versus Donkey Kong. There you go.
Yeah, Mario versus Donkey Kong. Exactly. I was losing it and forgetting what that name was.
Yes, I figured like you unlock. It's a free to play game, I think,
Hmm.
and you unlock like the characters in the game by using Amiibo.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So finally, we get a little bit more use out of our amiibos, then, so we can actually start playing more with them instead of keeping them in their boxes all the time. So that'll come in very handy.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games. At least
No,
not.
neither am I.
I mean, the one I did enjoy was the very first one. The one that has Mario and he has to control the minis.
I think I remember
I'm
briefly
actually
playing.
surprised why they haven't released more of those games.
Yeah, because it's been quite some time, hasn't it? But I'm not too sure why they haven't released any either. But they did release a few of them afterwards, right? About three or four or five of them or something like that. I think, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, this should be free, and I can't complain because they're free. So I'll be sure to
Well,
play
yeah,
this
you're
game.
right. I can't really argue with that.
Yeah, free. I mean, you can't argue with free, that's for sure. So yeah, I'll be picking this up and I'll be trying it out. Gives me something to do with my current amiibo, so that'll work out.
Right? Fair enough. Oh yeah, this is like some sort of big news. Well, at least on my with my Facebook friends who were like super excited about that Metroid Zero Mission release on the virtual console. Like this wasn't even on the list of expected games on the
Hmm.
website.
Yeah, and I think that's very interesting that this wasn't an expected game. Given that the series has a huge following, you think they would have made a bigger announcement with this, especially with the whole Caribbean thing going on. I think I'm saying that right. It's
Yes,
um,
and I believe it's also Kirby's. Kirby's.
Kiribis. Okay, yes. So with that being said, I mean it is the 20th anniversary of Metroid. You don't think they'll do anything big for them, given that they have such a huge following? Or I mean, what do you think? Do you think they'll do anything at all, like a new Wii U game,
No,
maybe?
because it's also Zelda's anniversary.
Well, yeah, I know it's Zelda's anniversary.
So all that focus is going to go to Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, given that they're getting a new game or supposedly for the Wii U this year, but I would expect something to come out for them. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's that new game on the 3DS that's coming out that's like a soccer game.
Federation Force.
There you go, Federation Force, exactly. So they have that coming out, and I would expect
Well,
something else,
well,
don't you think?
well. If you ask a lot of people, they're gonna say that's not a Metroid game.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's not a Metroid game. You're absolutely right. It's a spiritual successor. Well, not I don't know if you want to even call it a successor, but yeah, you're right. It is more a spiritual game, and I think something might happen at E3 where they'll announce something like that. But I mean, what do you think? If anything will come out, do you think something will come out for the Wii U or the 3DS as
Now,
aside
trust me, I'm
from
not
this
a
game?
fan either. Sorry,
Yeah,
people.
no, it's all right. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Metroid Prime at all, but or the Metroid series for that matter. I'm just not a huge fan. I never have been. But hopefully, people don't crucify me for saying this
Well, all
kind
I
of
can think
stuff.
of is what everyone has been talking about, that there's going to be a Metroid Prime 4, though I really doubt it.
Yeah, I really
Were
doubt
you a
it
fan of those
too.
games, Metroid Prime?
No, I hate to say it, man, but not a huge fan at all. I've never played any of the games. I've tried to play some of the games, but I just cannot get
Yeah,
into them.
I'm not much of a fan of the atmosphere style games. Not often. So I never
Hmm.
like Metroid. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry guys, I really didn't like it either.
Well, I mean, at least the game is out. Like the virtual console has been pretty much dead for the past few weeks.
Yes, it
So
has.
having this game released at least shows that they're not completely done with the Wii U.
Right, exactly. So at least the Wii still has some life left, and I'm glad they still do. But I mean that also does lead me to I guess a little bit of outside of this topic, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. But I mean they're not. I don't think they're going to stop working on the Wii U anytime soon. But I know that they are working very hard on the NX right now. Me and you were contemplating if we should even talk about the NX on this series, given that there's so very little information on it. But I mean, me and you briefly spoke about what is there and what isn't, and it being so. First of all, what we know that the NX has an all touchscreen controller. Its production has already started, and the concept should be done by March. Introduction by June. Obviously, E3 release date in November, October, which Nintendo's known to release their system and video games during that time frame, their most popular genres during that time. So yeah, I mean, the good news is that they're not going to stop working on the Wii U for those that do have it.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it a bit more when we move on to the topic.
Yeah.
But I suppose for now I want to move into that what's going to be the releases, which
Mm-hmm.
is honestly not much, at least according to Nintendo's website. The only thing releasing this week, this week, when I'm releasing this, well, we're releasing this podcast, it's gonna be probably 2 days before, 2 days too late.
Right.
But it's gonna be Paper Jam, Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Are you planning to get that game?
No, I think if you remember last time you asked me about it, I'm pretty excited for it, but I don't think I'm going to pick up this one up yet. So I know you're pretty excited for this one, right? I think you already pre-order it, and I think you're good. You're good to go on it, right?
No, I have not pre-ordered it. Like I need to get it because this is my thing with Mario and Luigi games. I got the first one,
Mm-hmm.
Superstar Saga. I
Yes.
skipped Partners in Time. Then I got Bowser's Inside Story, but I skipped Dream Team. So now, by logic, I had to get Paper Jam.
I have Paper Jam. I think that's the last one that I. Oh, well, no, not Paper Jam. Excuse me. The last time what was the last one that came out
Dream
then?
Team.
The Dream
Yes,
Team
that one.
wasn't. Oh, okay. I'm thinking the Paper Mario. I'm sorry. I started thinking the Paper Mario. But yeah, Dream Team. I played Dream Team. Dream Team was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool too. So yeah, it's just like you. I played most all of them actually. So this is one of the ones that I want to pick up as well, since I want to make
Well,
sure I continue playing
well, I
these.
skipped two games.
You skipped two
Okay,
of
so
them.
like I just like I said, like played Superstar Saga. I skipped Partners in Time. I played
Oh,
Bowser's
okay.
Inside Story, and I skipped Dream Team.
So are you thinking of picking up the other ones too
Yes,
eventually?
because by logic, I need to pick up Paper Jam.
Yep.
I need to keep the flow going, man. So yeah, I'm picking that up. Well, probably not now, but
Cool.
I will.
Sooner or
Yes.
later, right? Yeah, same with me. Sooner or later, but not
Yeah,
right now.
because I'm pretty sure you and I are picking up Final Fantasy, are we not?
Yes, we are. I'm good to go on that one, man. Well, that we can talk about that a little bit too here then. But yeah, that one looks pretty interesting. So what made you decide to pick this up, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it looks. Well, I don't know. Like, I really don't know much about it. Not too much.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to keep myself away from it, but I
Same
have the
here.
hopes that it's sort of an action RPG, but with online
Mm-hmm.
elements. Like,
Yes.
I think I saw it has cooldown moves, so it reminds me a bit of Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
So I guess that was the appeal for me.
Yeah, and just like you said, that was my appeal to it too. And then at the same time, the fact that you can actually play with other people online and go adventuring with other people, and it has that almost Monster Hunter element at the same time mixed into it, where you can actually go and fight monsters together. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
And then you get to choose your class, so you get to choose what you want to do or be, and I thought that was cool too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this game, and hopefully it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I don't regret buying it.
No, I don't think you will. I had a I can't remember the name of the Final Fantasy game. It came out both on the Wii U and the 3D, not the 3DS, the DS. And me and my sister picked it up, and dude, we had a blast. It was awesome, just going to different dungeons and playing at the
Which game
same
was
time. It
that?
just let's see if I can find it real quick here. But yeah, it came out for both the Wii and it came out for the DS at the same time, and actually you can cross
Okay, so
play
that
them
sounds like
too.
Final Fantasy Crystal Explorers.
I Yes, that
Well,
sounds
no,
about
wait.
right. Yes, I
Maybe
think
this is
that's
the
what it
game that
was.
this is the game we're going to get.
Oh, is I know it's one of it's Final Fantasy
Crystal. Oh,
something
it's either
some.
Crystal Bearers of Echoes of Time. Echoes of.
That sounds about right. Yeah, it was some Final Fantasy game, man. But it was fun. I had a blast playing that game with my sister, and given that she lives in Chicago, and playing a game like that with her from so far away, I had a blast. It was a pretty fun
Wait.
game. So that's why I think this game's gonna be fun.
So you said that game was crossplay?
Yeah, it was crossplay between the Wii and the
Oh,
DS
that's actually
version.
cool. I.
Yeah, I thought that
Oh
was
man, I
cool.
feel bad for the Wii owners. That must mean that the resolution on TV must have been.
It was crap. It
I,
was crap. If that's what you're gonna say, it was crap.
I imagine.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I got it for the DS because I already figured and knew from the get go if I get the Wii version, it's gonna be crap. So I didn't even try. And sure enough, when it came out, I saw it and I was like, oh, I made the right decision here.
And well, that was a lot of news to talk about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
some good stuff.
yeah. Well, for now we're going to take a little break because.
Alrighty, guys, we'll see you here in a
Yep.
bit.
So today's topic is going to be the very mysterious NX because we really don't know much about it. Like Well, all that we know, the only thing that it's for sure that we know, it's that it's going to be very different to the Wii and the Wii U.
Yep, and that's all we know. Thanks again for listening, guys. You have a great night.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, there are rumors, to
No,
be fair.
yeah, I mean, there's a ton of rumors out there, dude, and it's yeah, just like you said, it's gonna be totally separate. So there's a lot of patents out there.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff out there, but it's a lot of gibberish at the same time. But so supposedly it's its own system, right? And it's supposed to be a very powerful system, right up there with the Xbox One and the PS4, if not even
Allegedly.
better. I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
But we don't really know, because I also hear rumors that say that it's going to be just a little bit stronger than the Wii U.
that's what I'm. Yeah, and so there's. I mean, right now all we're talking about is rumors, right? So
Yes.
you've heard that one, and I've even heard it's going to be powerful, more powerful than the Xbox and the PS4. So for for it to to have processing power like that, it's going to get a ton of support from third party. Obviously, all of a sudden you're going to see a lot of people actually playing a lot of Call of Duty games on the Wii U, or excuse me, on the NX, or a lot of these other third party games that normally wouldn't come to the Nintendo platform at all, and now actually are starting to show up.
Well, that's the thing. That makes me wonder, because I'm not sure that's going to be really the case.
Mm.
I'm not sure. Well, you remember when the GameCube came out? That was back in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago now.
Right.
So that system is actually stronger than the PS2 and the Xbox.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
And yet that system fell. When
If miserably.
Yeah.
By the way.
So
Miserably.
here's the thing about that. I mean, it might be different today, but back then it fell likely because it didn't have a DVD player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
And
And the thing about that is, so it's Nintendo we're talking about
Yeah.
here. They always come up with these new innovative items or things that everybody at first questions. They're like, "What? I'm not gonna do. I'm not me pick up a Wii remote and look like an idiot swinging it around all over the place. Never." And it turned out to be one of the greatest selling consoles for them too.
yes, everyone
So-
loved to be look. Everyone loved to look like an idiot.
Exactly. Everybody loved to look like an idiot. I remember my neighbors looking at me like I was an idiot when I first got it. So, yeah, and that's what they're known for, though. They're known for innovation. They're known for off the wall items and products like this, and they turn out pretty good. Obviously, another thing that they did is the dual screens. Nobody ever saw a dual screen, portable handheld coming out, and they did that, and it worked great for them. And it was once again a great selling item for them. So for them to come up with something like this, where you can possibly have this controller, and you can remove or this item from the actual system and be able to take it wherever you go and still carry those games with you, I think that's awesome, dude.
Oh,
Uh,
that was one of the patents, right?
yeah, that was another one of those patents, and I mean they have so many patents on this thing that it makes me feel really excited for this, especially for something that was kept so low, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, everybody, new console. It's going to be way different from the 3DS platform. It's going to be way different from the Wii platform. It's a brand new platform altogether. It's a new concept, so that's pretty interesting. And this is going to also tie in directly to their new Nintendo account system that's coming here soon.
Yeah.
That's replacing Club Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, interesting thing that I read about it, though.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
No, with the patents and all that good stuff, there was no optic drive, meaning no
Oh,
discs.
no discs. But,
No discs.
but I actually remember this one. It said something about having a space for cartridges.
That was very interesting. You're right. Yes, it did say that. So, I mean, where are they going back in time with this now, or?
From what well, I'm not really sure what they're gonna do. I'm pretty sure cartridges are cheaper nowadays to
Absolutely.
construct, because we still have the. Well, no, never mind. The DS cartridges are more like memory sticks.
Yeah.
So going back straight to cartridges makes me wonder what they'll do. I mean, if if I remember correctly, cartridges actually have a lower memory loading time.
Yeah, because it's just like a USB drive, pretty much.
Ah.
It's direct feed and direct info, and so yeah, it's going to be way faster. And you make a good point. It's just literally they can probably get a cartridge as small as a micro SD card that will support about 250 gigabytes. If they're that innovative, and they just put all that game into that one cartridge, and boom, there you go. It's instant loading times, and there's no loading times whatsoever with it, like you would get with a disc.
It also sounds like it'd be a cheaper alternative.
Yeah, they would save a ton of money at that point. Absolutely, and I mean they won't lose too much money either because with the disc, it's not not that expensive either because they're rewritable sometimes. I guess depends on how they make the disc, but um, yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man, to see what they actually do, cartridges or disc, or was it just the product model that they gave him and just didn't include a disc drive? I don't know.
Well, honestly, I want a physical. I want physical.
I'm with you on that.
I
Yeah,
really hope they don't ditch the physical medium and go straight digital.
I am 100% with you on that one. I'd like to still be able to put my products up on the shelf versus them all being pre-downloaded into, a digital format. I mean, think about it too. Not everybody has the luxury of having high-speed internet service,
Yep, that's true.
and not everybody has access to internet whatsoever. So, I mean, that's going to suck for those individuals that really want to pick up the NX, but because they don't have a good internet connection or internet in general, they can't do nothing about it. They have, or they have to carry the whole thing to a Starbucks or whatever it is and sit there and download it, or a McDonald's. That. So I hope that was just a mistake, or I hope that's just something that they did for the model version that they send up for patenting.
Hmm.
But I don't
Well,
know, man.
well, I can see this just being them trying to sort of misguide us. That thing is they're just trying to get some different the patterns so we can't guess what they're really doing.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're just throwing us off for a loop here.
I don't do you Nintendo.
I don't know either, man. But I know the cool thing about it is, or the interesting thing about it too. Obviously, with the controller, going back to that again,
Hmm.
it's an all touchscreen controller.
Oh yes, apparently you can control where you press buttons on it, right?
Right. So it's supposed to have dual analog sticks as well, though. But also interestingly enough, it also comes with a micro SD card
Huh.
slot. So what would the micro SD card slot be? Is it so that you can carry your save data when you transfer it from the actual console itself to the controller and take? Are you taking the controller with you? Is that what's going to be the item that you take with you at all
That
times?
would that would be interesting. You could take it to other places
Yeah,
to play with other consoles.
exactly. So I mean, there's just so many questions left that are left with this that we just don't know about. But that should be very interesting. I'm wondering where they're going to go with all this.
No, I remember you were telling me that there's a rumor about this. I mean, I heard about it that the consoles have been the manufactured this March, I think.
Oh yeah. So they're already starting to manufacture the units or some
To some
demo units,
degree.
or yeah, to some degree too, where it's just in the beta form almost, if you will.
Hmm.
So it's just a concept model that should be released by March. So that's normal. They have to go ahead and get these concept versions out so that they can actually go ahead and make sure that they work. From there, that concept version is more than likely going to be introduced at E3. So what you're going to see at E3, just like with the Wii, when the Wii was introduced, you only got what's called the Revolution at that point. So it's just
Hmm.
a concept model, it wasn't the finalized model of it. And then more than likely during that E3 presentation, they're also going to go ahead and release an actual release date for the console, which I'm going to assume, given their track record, is either going to be in October or November. Uh, Obviously, for Nintendo products, usually they come out on Sundays, so it's going to be on a Sunday in October, November when it's going to come out. But yeah, I think they're trying to push this product out as quickly as possible, just because, especially with the holidays and the competition, the stiff competition they have right now with the Xbox One and the PS4, they're going to
Hmm.
want to get this out there as fast as possible.
And then we get Final Fantasy Seven Remaster announced for the NX.
There you go. I mean, Cloud confirmed for Super Smash Brothers, so why not?
I can only hope so, uh, because I believe this was last year, but Dragon Quest 11, there were rumors that then an NX version was going to be, well, it wasn't really confirmed, but it was going to be thought of. Like, it's on the minds of whoever's working at Square Enix.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it, man. I'm sure these third party publishers right now, they're talking, and they're talking a lot about what's going to happen here, but it's going to be very interesting to see what actual games are going to come up with. I mean, I just like the fact that Nintendo is actually getting outside of their Nintendo box and actually exploring the world now. What really intrigues me is what they're going to go ahead and do with their online system, just because one funny thing that I read or heard about is that when Nintendo was asked about, how come or when are you guys going to do something like Xbox or Microsoft, I should say, and Sony, in terms of them being able to play online. They have all these features online to where you can message other people, chat with other people, stuff like that. uh, Nintendo's staff, when they were asked this question, they were really confused about it. They really didn't know. Sorry for the dogs, everyone. They really didn't know what the question even meant, because they don't have any kind of solid platform or any solid foundation to work off of when it comes down to online capabilities. So with that being said, with the NX, they have to go big on the online features as well, and they have to do something big with it.
Well, see, I'm pretty sure DNA already is on the works with that. Well, for those who don't know, DNA is the company that's helping Nintendo make the mobile games,
Right.
but they're also the ones helping their the network structure.
Exactly. And you make a solid point there. So, with them being involved, I think they have a very, very good future in that. I mean, they are helping them with a very anticipated game. Where they're going to do Pokemon Go here, which we should start seeing some information on, because supposedly we're going to get some beta information this winter season, and then with a release probably in March is what I was hearing. So, yeah, I think they're going to do something big with that too.
Well, I know that March, like, it's where Mitomo releases.
Oh, that's right, and we haven't even gone there. So, I mean, that's another thing. What I was saying, them getting out of their comfort shell or their box, they're now moving on to mobile platforms. So, yeah, they're actually expanding. They're getting pretty big now. So hopefully they'll be around all over the place now.
Yeah, but I guess the really big thing that we have to ask ourselves is, what will the games be? Like,
Yeah, that's a huge question.
so like, Retro Studios has not been saying much about their so-called secret game. They've been talking about them having a secret game, but there's been nothing about it. And there's also Monolith Soft, which is the ones who were working on Xenoblade Chronicles X. They've also been very quiet. I mean, they just finished Xenoblade, but it's been actually they haven't been working on the game. It was Nintendo of America which was translating the game. They've been very
Right.
quiet for the past 8 months, I believe.
Right.
So I can only hope they had something for the NX, like on release, or at least something announced.
I think they will. They, especially if the rumors are correct about how powerful this unit is gonna be. I mean, they're gonna have a fun time with this. I mean, they did so well already with the most recent Xenoblade. So yeah, I think they'll have a blast with this, man, and hopefully they'll come up with something huge.
Well, actually, speaking of other games, like, I wonder how many ports we're getting. Like, how many ports of
Do you really think there's gonna be any at all?
yes, for example, I actually think they're gonna release a port of Zelda for Wii U. They're going to release a port for the NX.
Which makes sense. They did that with what was it, Twilight Princess?
Yes.
I mean, they did that with the GameCube version and the Wii version. So that actually makes a lot of sense if they did do something like that. But yeah, it would make sense. I would hope they do something like that. And maybe a little bit a little bit of graphic improvement on the NX version versus the Wii U version.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason I think the game was delayed to begin with.
Because they started working on the NX version.
Yes.
Yeah, now I've never even thought about it like that until you mentioned it, but that makes a lot of sense.
And that also makes me question if they're going to keep leaving Smash Bros. On the Wii U and the 3DS. I mean, would that be a sort of a release on the NX maybe?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense to do that though, because I would hope that instead of doing that, they just make a brand new one altogether, which I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon.
Oh,
Because they
no.
just came up with this one, obviously.
Yes, Sakurai wants to work on something else right now.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he does. But yeah, I wouldn't expect a Smash version.
Yeah.
The same one that we have on the NX. I don't think that would happen. Just because they already worked on it, just like you said, they already have the 3DS version and they have the Wii U version. I don't think they'll come up with a next version.
Yeah, I guess he really meant it when he said, "Don't ask me for anything again."
Right, exactly.
And, well, I suppose that's it on terms of the NX. There's really not much to talk about, but we still managed to get quite some time out of it. Like around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we did get a few conversations going on it, but yeah, it's just one of those things, man, that we're gonna have to wait for E3, and I'm sure at E3 we'll know everything, or to some degree. And obviously, they can't just introduce a console and not show some gameplay footage. So, I'm sure we'll see some good gameplay footage, a lot of third-party support, obviously first-party support too. So we'll see.
Yes, please Nintendo, do not pull a Microsoft.
No.
Oh man. Well, so I guess we can finish up with a little bit of an announcement. So, if you've been checking out the channel, you know its old name, right? Like Nintendo 3DS Friendcodes was the old channel. But we sort of rebranded the channel. Now it's called Ninbits, which is the name of this podcast, which you're probably listening to. Or not.
You better be.
But we're going to start releasing a few more things now. We plan to be releasing like sort of Let's Play videos on a daily basis. We're aiming to start next week, but don't quote me on that. Especially because it's Sunday. Do not quote me on that.
Yeah, no, don't quote us on that. But we're gonna try hard, and given that sometimes our schedules are conflicting, especially with me, I have work and school now. So, yeah, I try to get as many episodes as I can here and there, and we did rebrand the name because as you can tell, Nintendo 3DS Friend Codes. First of all, it was a long name.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Second of all, it's just Nintendo 3DS Friend Codes is just something that's not being used too frequently anymore, and I thought I would rebrand it. That doesn't mean that, if you like our Facebook page and you're sharing your 3DS Friend Code, you can still continue to do that. That's not gonna have us stop you from doing that. You can continue, but we're rebranding it. We're actually right now in the process of trying to change the name for our Facebook page, but that one seems to be giving us a bit of problems.
Zuckerberg!
Yeah, stop it. But we've done everything else. If you could tell by our YouTube page, we got the new logo going up thanks to John here that made that logo. We've renamed the Twitter page and the YouTube channel. So we're doing everything in our power to get this up and running as fast as possible. But thanks to everybody that's still there and supporting us throughout this whole transition.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride, not gonna lie.
It has, yeah.
Especially since Christmas and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that was definitely one of my busiest times right there.
Yeah, but, well, we hope we can entertain, and
Yes, we're trying, guys. We're trying, but as you saw, I'm releasing right now still a couple of videos from my previous playthrough, which was Hyrule Warriors. So those are still going to come out, and those are not going to be rebranded with anything in Ninbits, just because it's still something I did during the Nintendo 3DS Friend Codes page or phase, I should say. But going forward from there, any other Let's Plays that get introduced will be all Ninbits.
mm-hmm. So, looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys enjoy what we got.
You better enjoy what we got, guys. We work hard for it.
Yeah. So, and that's the end of the podcast. So, I'm Jonas, and this is Ericyo, and we'll see you next time. But I'll end by saying, be careful when you wait for the NX. It may or may not be what you think it is. So, don't keep your expectations too high.
Agreed. Everything that we talked about here, all the rumors, take it with a grain of salt. Do not expect everything that we said to be true. It could be totally off the wall and just be something else altogether.
Yep. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.